We started the program 3 weeks ago. Our phone has been ringing. Business is back on track. We've actually got 5 customers already, totaling up to two of them pretty much closed, totaling up to 55,000 within the last 3 weeks. So I think that's great. Not to sound dramatic, but I would literally say Clive saved our business because we were already on a decline that I had never seen in my life, in my business. I've never seen such a bad decline. And I've never seen marketing work so fast and turn everything around from basically in 3 weeks. It's just crazy.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Elijah Kim. I'm a co-founder of Clive Systems. I have with me here on the call today Pablo Valdez, owner of Valdez Roofing Company. And today we're going to just go over his experience so far in our program. He's one of our successful and newer clients, and we're super excited to have him on board here. So, Pablo, if you don't mind, could you tell the audience a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your story, who do you service, and your market, so people can get to know you?
My name is Pablo Valdez. I've been in business for 18 years and got to a point where I've been in business long enough where I thought I didn't need marketing. So we kind of cut our marketing out and shot ourselves in the foot. Luckily, I was able to meet Clive, Elijah, and I met him through another guy I was working with. And ever since we started the program 3 weeks ago, our phone has been ringing. Business is back on track. We've actually got 5 customers already. Totaling up to two of them pretty much closed, totaling up to 55,000 within the last 3 weeks. So I think that's great. Looking forward to doing a lot more. And we do really industrial, commercial, and residential is everything we do.
Man, that was incredible. Yeah, kind of break that down, right? You're saying before you're kind of looking to shut down your marketing. What we like people to get is the context on what kind of made you consider Clive, right? So how were you doing marketing mainly before? What were your kind of main methods of getting work?
Mostly was word of mouth, referrals, our hats, our shirts, our trucks. We weren't doing no billboards, no nothing. All we were doing is just word of mouth and our time and service really is what we thought was going to get us through. But little did we know that marketing has changed a lot. The way you guys are doing it, the social media and all that. I'm old school, so I don't know much about that. So that really blew my mind how well it works.
Yeah. In what way do you think that blew your mind, and what specifically?
Uh, Facebook was always a way for me to keep in touch with my family, and post the grandkids when it was their birthday. To turn around and look at Facebook as a marketing tool, that really, it was surprising to see how well it works. A lot of people, not only do they not go through the app itself and go through Facebook, but they actually just call our office because they've seen us on Facebook. So it's like, top of mind. If you're in their face, they're going to eventually call you. And I figured that we were doing that enough with our trucks running around and us always wearing the marketing stuff, but that was not enough.
That's especially true in like the time we live in. Like you said, so many people now are just spending half their days on the internet, right? And like the reach and the potential at which utilizing social media and online advertising, things like this, is way more effective in from a cost distribution standpoint compared to like kind of you could say outdated ways of marketing, right? Just like the billboards, the shirts and trucks and stuff. So your reach is way more forward. And one thing I want to highlight too is you said is your like brand awareness has expanded a lot since joining Clive, because you said a lot of people are more aware of your company, right? They actually phone you a lot more. That's kind of an indirect benefit that you saw with Clive. Would you say that was like part of the expectation, or was it just kind of like an extra benefit, like, oh wow, my business is really starting to ramp up? Like, how was that for you?
Not to sound dramatic, but I would literally say Clive saved our business because we were already on a decline that I had never seen in my life, in my business. I've never seen such a bad decline. And I've never seen marketing work so fast and turn everything around from basically in 3 weeks. It's just crazy. I actually had a comment made to me 2 weeks ago, which kind of hurt my pride a little bit. I've been having to eat a little bit of a humble pie this year, but I had a customer tell me, "Oh, I thought you guys weren't around no more." So that itself tells you exactly what's been going on with our business. Everybody thought that we just weren't around.
Wow. So what do you mean specifically? Like when you say decline, was it just like the workload? Was it the kind of way that you were presenting your business? Was it like keeping afloat in terms of revenue? Like what was it kind of like a combination of all those things, or any kind of
Well, I mean, we basically 90% of our business is storms, right? So we really didn't have good storms in this area. That drove it a lot. But at the same time, I was always getting calls from private businesses and stuff like that to be able to go do commercial buildings and jobs that didn't relate to hailstorms. So not having any type of advertising didn't have us on top of mind for them people that were not looking for a hailstorm, but were needing their commercial buildings done or an apartment complex, for example. Before I would get a lot of those calls because I was doing some kind of advertising, but it got to a point where everything had died out.
see? So it was like relying a lot of on kind of the seasonality aspect and like Mother Nature basically to bring in the work. But when there's seasons when, it might not rain or storm and there's not a consistent flow of work or lead flow, then yeah, that kind of does make sense. It just aligned in a way where you start to decline. Um, what other ways do you feel like, Clive, I guess outside of the lead generation aspect, in what ways do you feel like have gone well for you? Even point out any points of feedback you feel like we could do better on, but like what's kind of the other benefits you feel like a partnership like ours could add value to?
Uh, well, I think, like I said, we were in a position where even to do the marketing, we really didn't have the budget for it. But you guys worked with us to be able to get started, and that's something that's big for me. Like, if you're going to be there for somebody when it's in the bad times, then I'm sure in the good times you're going to be there for that person as well. And that to me speaks volumes. It speaks volumes that Clive is not just about the money they're making, you guys are making, but you guys are about the customer as well. And I think when you make it into a personal bond about, what is it the customer needs right now, I think that makes a big difference. And it pretty much sets you guys apart from a lot of other marketing companies.
Oh yeah, we really appreciate you saying that, man. That's one thing Matthew and I, as partners have really considered is like, yeah, on the fact that we're pay on performance partnership, right? Like we want to be incentivized to see our clients succeed and actually see them grow, or else we don't get, paid on commission. And it's really incredible to see how we could build foundational businesses as a partnership rather than just being some transactional, third party company just sending you name, email, and phone numbers, right? Like so many other companies may do. Well, we really appreciate that, man. One last thought, Pablo, for the audience. Let's say people are watching this interview and they're kind of like considering investing and taking a next step into online marketing, and they're potentially even considering Clive to be their next partner. What would you say to that roofer who is thinking about joining the family at Clive, but they're kind of sitting on the fence?
I would think that if you really want to take your business to the next level, Clive is the people to do it with because they're gonna help you, they're gonna walk you through it, and they're really gonna be there for you as a person and as a business, and not just about the bottom line, just about how much money they're making off of you, and that speaks volumes. Uh, so I think that's very important.
Amen to that. Well, we appreciate you very much, Pablo.
Hey,
Thanks for.
speaking of which, I got a question for you. I don't know if you're gonna edit this later on or whatever, but did you guys send a gift?
Yes, we did. Did you receive it? Hey, he did.
Did y'all
Yes,
send this?
he did send those custom boxing gloves.
I tell you what, that sets you apart from anybody else right there. How did you know about me and boxing?
It was a very small detail, but we're you could say attention to detail. You mentioned it on your onboarding call how like you like to stay fit, doing some boxing. So we're gonna send him some custom boxing gloves.
This is awesome, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This right here is what I'm telling you about the personal touches.
But we're about it's all about relationships at the end of the day. So That's cool that you mentioned that. We'll definitely include this in the interview because it's like kind of see the in-house part of working with Clive. But yeah, thank you so much, Pablo. We hope a prosperous future together. And anyone else watching this, go ahead and do whatever you think it takes to take that next step with Clive. We strongly encourage you to do that.
Yes, yes, sir. If you want to move up and grow your company, man, these are the guys to do it with.
Awesome.